Welcome back, Harbor Hawks Nation. Another episode of the Parking Lot Preview being brought to you here today. I'm Mike Maynard alongside Matt Coates. We got a beautiful day. No clouds in the sky here at McKeon Ballpark. Hyannis Harbor Hawks taking on the Chatham Anglers, Matt. Should be an interesting matchup. What do we got in store for tonight?
Well, first of all, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Beautiful Friday. Great start to the weekend. I found a cloud. I can't see a cloud in the sky, but there's one over there right in front of us. So hanging over McKeon Ballpark, there are no clouds. Really exciting, gorgeous day. And I'm excited for a very good matchup today. Chatham Anglers sit at second in the Eastern Division, while we are over at third in the Western Division. However, eerily similar records. We are 15-11-1, while they're 15-12. Should be a clash of, dare I say, titans in the Cape Cod Baseball League, Mike.
Wow, dare you say it. Yeah, like you said, hard to get a record closer than that without being right on the dot. It's quite literally impossible. So, two teams with very similar abilities on the field, off the field, I'm sure, playing tonight. Hyannis, though, playing at home, which has been a big thing to start the season so far. Home games faring a lot better than in away games. 11-2 at McKeon Ballpark. 4-9 on the road. Not so great. 4-9-1. Sorry, 4-9-1. Forgot the tie. But not so great. Talked to Coach Carricker after the game. He wants to get things back on track. Having a nice home game here, even a home game tomorrow. Get a little homestand, get the momentum going. Should be good. But we've seen these Harbor Hawks have a lot of success at home. Should be in for it again tonight. But we got to talk about what happened the last two times we played Chatham. Two of them things. As the police were driving past us.
Not emergency.
Thank you, police officer, for doing your job. 1-1 so far, season series against Chatham. If you could believe it, the one win came at home, the one loss came on the road. Really, it speaks for itself there. But that one win on the road, Matt, what happened in that one?
Yeah, so our win dates all the way back to the fourth game of the season. That was a 10-0 Mercy Rule victory. And in that game, Mike, you want to know something that happened? Manny Garza made it to number 2 on ESPN SportsCenter Top 10 Plays, reaching back and snagging a foul ball behind the dish. So a nice little flashback there for the Harbor Hawks. But then, on our loss over at Veterans Field, to go back to that game, the most recent affair, you have to travel almost a month back towards the end of June. So we have not seen these Anglers in a while. Both teams have done quite well since then. But these two rosters are completely different from the last time we faced off.
Part of the Cape Cod Baseball League. I'm hearing a bird flying overhead. It's always a show here on the Parking Lot Preview. But it's a big part of the Cape Cod Baseball League. A lot of turnover. Players in and out all the time. Two new teams basically up and down at this point. But you mentioned it. The last game these two teams played, a loss for Hyannis. Tough one, too, with the fog coming in, a 6-2 loss against the Chatham Anglers in Chatham. Came off a tough loss last night as well in Orleans, Matt. 4-3 loss against the Orleans Firebirds at Eldridge Park. What went wrong in that one?
Yeah, Mike, when you look at that game, it was for the second game in a row. A game where it looked like our offense didn't really show up. Pitchers were pounding the zone against us, not giving us that free base, allowing us to walk and create chaos. And then mainstays like Kane Kepley in our lineup. I believe Kane went 0-for-5 last night. Something you're not going to see every day. Something you very rarely see, in fact. So just for the second day in a row, it looked like Harbor Hawks didn't show up offensively, which is really tough, Mike, because when you step back and look at it, 2 straight losses, both to the 5th seed in each respective conference. Obviously, not something you want to have happen while we are pushing for seeding in the playoffs and hopefully a Cape Cod Baseball League championship. But to do that, Mike, we're going to have to figure out these road struggles. Tonight, though, we had the comfortability of playing at McKeon Park. Talked to Coach Carricker. He said, hey, flush it, come back, fix our approach. Let's get after him tonight.
You know, you can look at it two ways, though. You lose to a 5 seed. It's like, okay, obviously you don't want to lose to one of the teams at the bottom of your division, but also you're probably not going to play them in the playoffs.
Yes. So
there's your positivity, glass half full side of things right there. But yeah, you mentioned it. The offense really not doing much last night. But overall, the pitching had a pretty good game. Only surrendered 4 runs. Reed Boring had an outstanding game, 3 innings, I believe, scoreless for him. So that was great to see. But Carson Bowles, one of the newest guys on the team, only played 2 games now with the team. He had 2 hits last night in RBI, so good to see him kind of get things going at the plate after going 0 for the first night of his summer career. But got things going. And overall, a game that, again, flush it out. Pitching, don't flush it out. Pitching, continue with that. But offensively, definitely Not a great game. Even the runs that were scored, not necessarily Harbor Hawks-esque. You didn't see similar run production that you usually would. So definitely a game to flush. Another game to flush, though. Chatham's against the Katuitt Cavaliers. 8-5 loss, Matt. What happened in that one?
Yeah, tough game for the Chatham Anglers that are playing a very formidable opponent, as we know, in the Katuitt Cavaliers. Dropped that game 8-5. But, Mike, there's a guy that we need to watch for who really showed out for the Anglers last night, and that is Chayton Krause. And only his second game on Cape Cod, Mike, for the Dallas Baptist University product, teammate of our very own Michael Detallo. 2 home runs in his second game on Cape. Pretty phenomenal for a man from New Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah, international man, plays for Dallas Baptist in Texas, comes all the way up north, right here on Cape Cod. Second game. I think it's safe to say he's feeling quite comfortable with a wood bat in his hand.
Oh, I'm sure, and definitely a guy that the Harbor Hawks need to circle him on the lineup sheet and say, don't give this guy a pitch to hit, or multiple pitches to hit. That would definitely not be great. But again, Chatham coming away with a loss last night on the road, coming to another road game here. Last night was all the makeup games, so didn't get the off day. You know, playing a couple games in a row here, but should be an interesting matchup. 2 teams coming off a loss, looking to bounce back. We'll jump into that pitching matchup tonight. Everybody loves the pitching matchup. Everybody loves Aaron Savory, too.
Yeah.
Aaron Savory has been one of the mainstays of the Harbor Hawks pitching rotation to start the season. Was starting out as a reliever, but really kind of settled in. Overall, just has had a great start to his summer, and couldn't really ask for a better pitcher to have on a night-to-night basis. I'm sure if playoffs come and you're looking for a starter, your first guy on the list is probably going to be Aaron Savory, the right-handed pitcher out of Iowa. Matt, what do we like about Aaron Savory? What's he done so far on Cape?
You mentioned it. He's been the mainstay in this lineup on Cape since taking over Joseph Jurwa's spot as the ace in this rotation. He's continued to dominate. He is tied for most innings pitched on the Harbor Hawks with the Ohio State product, Blaine Wink, 16 1/3 innings pitched for both those players. So far in Cape, a 2.2 ERA. You don't get that by accident pitching that many innings in this league. Doing so, he has 22 strikeouts, 13 walks. Not striking out the yard, but still striking out a lot of guys. 22 over 16 innings is quite impressive. I'm sure that 13 walks something he wants to bring down. But Mike, he's only has a 2.2 ERA. He's been a phenomenal pitcher. We can't overstate it. A guy that is coming in from Iowa and has really learned how to use his stuff against these wood bats and use his stuff around those wood bats to get those Ks.
100%. The bottom line you're looking at is really how many runs is your pitcher giving up a game? And Aaron Savory doesn't give up a lot of runs, which puts you in a good place to win a lot of ball games. Really can't ask for much more. On the other side, Quinn Holt, 6'6" right-handed pitcher out of Keystone College. That sounds kind of familiar, Matt. Why is that?
It's quite familiar because that is the second starter we've seen throw at us from Keystone College. It's not Vanderbilt. It's not Florida State. It is Keystone, a Division III program. I believe we saw that a few games ago with a Falmouth starter was pitching from Keystone College. A different story here, though, with Mr. Holt. Quinn Holt, only 15 2/3 innings pitched this season at school. Unclear if he had an injury or what the case was. He's clearly a great pitcher. Last summer, he pitched for the Wareham Gatemen on Cape Cod. This summer, he hasn't pitched on Cape yet, but he had 6 appearances and 4 starts in the MLB Draft League. Pitched pretty well there. At school, in his limited experience, he pitched well. Had a 2.27 ERA. Decent amount of strikeouts. Very good pitcher, clearly. Earning a spot from Division III, the MLB Draft League, back to Cape Cod, even with his limited time at school this year.
100%. Obviously, if he's playing Cape Cod 2 different summers, that's one of the better pitchers in college baseball. These guys don't get invited here for no reason. He's obviously got some great stuff and has had a good amount of success so far to start his collegiate career. Definitely got to look out for the tall guy as well.
Yeah,
these tall pitchers all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Every team seems to have these guys that are 6'8", 6'10", 6'6", like tonight. Another tall pitcher, right-hander, guy that is going to hopefully not give the Hyannis Harbor Hawks problems at the plate like they did last night. But it'll be interesting. Only time will tell.
Yes.
We got to pick a player of the game, though. I'm going to go with the hitter. Do you mind if I go first?
Please.
Okay. I'm going to go with the guy that got the game off last night. Should be in, don't know the lineup. Should be in the lineup tonight, though. I'm going to go with Jackson West. Catcher from Florida State. Did not catch last night. Cannon Peoples got the catching spot last night. Dalton Bargo also in the lineup last night. So both guys coming off a game. Maybe you get Jackson West a little bit of playing time. I like the left-handed bat against the right-handed pitcher. Jackson West We've seen him go high. He's had some ups and downs. I think tonight's another up. I think he's in for a big game tonight against the Chatham Anglers. Matt, I'd love to hear who you have to pick tonight. Hopefully I didn't steal yours. We didn't really talk about it before the show.
Didn't.
But who we got?
We're going to stick with a similar vein here, Mike. And that's going to be with a Florida State baseball player. I'm picking Alex Lodis. Kind of a chalk pick because he's been so good for this year. But I'm picking him for a different reason, Mike. That's because on the other side, for the Chatham Anglers, it's his cousin Kyle Lodis, who's committed to play for Georgia Tech baseball this next season. So a little bit of a family rivalry going on tonight. I think their family at home is probably wearing those split jerseys, you know, a little Chatham on one side, a little Hyannis on the other side. But I think Alex has a little extra motivation today, and a little extra chip on his shoulder. He's going to say, hey, I'm going to be the best Lodis out there tonight, and because of that, I'm picking him to go out there and dominate.
Love it. 2 Florida State guys. It seems like we pick these guys all the time, but
they deserve it.
They deserve it. Alex Lodis, though, hasn't really been hitting as well as he was. Still batting above 300. I mean,
yes.
The guy is on a tear to start the summer, but he's dipping a little bit down more to like normal, really good player instead of like who is this guy?
Yes, world beater. Yeah,
even here he should be on planet Jupiter. Anyways, Alex Lodis, love the pick. Jackson West, love the pick. I think we're in for a big game. You got to make a score prediction though. Haven't really thought about it. Do you have one?
I can go.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go. High scoring game. We're back at home. We love being back at home. We're going to put up 11 runs.
Wow.
The Chatham Anglers, they're going to put up 7 runs. 11-7, final score. Our pitching staff, it's not that they don't do well. It's that these Chatham bats are so hot. You can't completely shut them down. So we have some good pitching here and there. Aaron Cyrus a great start. Bullpen lets up a few runs because the Chatham offense is so good. But our offense, bang, 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 bang. 11 runs. Big victory for the Hawks.
Love that. I'm going to go similar. I'm going to go 9 runs for the Harbor Hawks. 5 runs for the Chatham Anglers. 9-5 win for the Hawks. I think Aaron Savary is a good start, like you mentioned. Get him going, maybe 3 to 5 innings. Perfect. All we need. And the Harbor Hawks in for a win. 9-5. Not like a job, but like a baseball game tonight. 9-5 win for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hopefully, it's a Harbor Hawks win nonetheless. That's all we really care about here on the Parking Lot Preview. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have something else to add?
I do. I wanna make a bold declaration here.
Oh, wow.
It's something I thought about earlier, and I said, why not? I have a feeling. It's just a gut feeling. There's no analytics behind this. I want to make an official declaration, an official prediction. This is a prediction that we won't know the answer to for quite some time, Mike.
Oh, boy.
My official prediction, this matchup tonight, Hyannis Harbor Hawks versus Chatham Anglers, will be the 2024 Cape Cod Baseball League Championship matchup.
Wow.
Yes, I think the Harbor Hawks will represent the West. I think the Anglers will represent the East. Guys, check back with me in a few weeks in August. If I'm right, I'm going to feel really good.
Unbelievable. I'm going to write that on a sticky note and put it on my wall in my bedroom tonight. Every morning I'm going to wake up and I'm going to remind you, these teams, that was your pick. So I love it. Love the passion. Love the confidence. Hopefully we can see it. As long as the Harbor Hawks are in it.
Yeah, I'll be happy. That's for sure.
That's a great thing to have. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you sticking with us through all of our nonsense. We have a beautiful day. Come on down to McKean Ballpark if you can. If you can't, check out the broadcast on YouTube. The Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Matt right here will be doing some sideline reports throughout the broadcast. I won't be. I'll be writing. But anyways, check us out. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. Go Hawks.